Yo, what's happening? What's happening, everyone? We are back with this video. Let's try to understand gold. Let's try to read the price. Let's try to read the structure. Let's try to understand how things been happening in the market. We are so happy to share. If you are so getting help from this channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. We're going to be grateful for that. So. We can see this bullish trend, this little bullish trend over here that's been happening for the past 2 weeks, I think, or for the past weeks, for the past month. Okay, so uh, right now we can see we're just getting bearish and bearish and bearish a little bit as the day goes by. So this price actually is the price that's been holding it down. So let's try to understand what you would have expected from that price before things even happen, because this is what we actually do. Um, um, let's try to read the corrections, let's try to read the impulses, how you would have played with those corrections and impulses, how you would have capitalized on this trend actually as just this minor trend, you know what I'm saying? So let's go to 4 hour time frame and uh, as you can see now, we're getting more action, more price action. Everything's been happening in the markets, and you would have bought all this trend, would have bought again. As you can see, the corrections would have bought, or maybe you would have capitalized on selling and selling and selling. You know, it depends on how you approach the markets, how you look at it. But obviously, you will always need to capitalize on those longer term mentality views. You know what I'm saying? Like the focusing part is very, very crucial, important. So, as you always know, that we're doing the alert waves mainly, and then we can adopt some other strategies. But we are always driven by these waves. They are the parts of the wave that give us the parent trend before we actually do everything, trying to make those entries, maybe using some order blocks, using some Fibonacci's, using these other things that are available, that are are provided in the trading view. Um, um so let's try to read this market. So the trend started down over here. If you wanted this bullish trend, and then how you can go about trying to turn in direction around these prices over here, try to adapt yourself to the bearish trend that is coming. uh, how you would have actually forecasted it before it happened, so that you not hit you by surprise. You know what I'm saying? Because that is always what needs to be happening in your mind, that you don't need things to hit you by surprise. So we can just start by counting this wave. I'm gonna show you some screenshots that we've been working on all along this push trend, from 30 minutes, from 1 hour, from 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, trying to make those bullish entries until the trend dies, until the trend fades. So we're gonna be starting to obviously this we're gonna be starting here. This is one, as 0, 1, 2. We all see that, but after that happen, always know that immediately after something happens like 1 and 2, and then you restart, because now you're going to making three, and then three, remember, needs to be made by mono waves, or those just some other patterns. In this case, just mono wave been making three. So this is how we first approach this. Okay, after we made this two, then it was like, okay, after we make this two, let's restart the count immediately. So we're gonna be starting here at 2. We're gonna treat it as 0 initially, because that is where 3 starts, you know. So this is 0, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you can see, man, you can see it's clean and clear. So let's go to 3 hours so we can read the price over here. Actually, 2 hours, so you can understand these are just huge, because when you're in 4 hours, they kind of looking like this minor patch. Yes, they are minor waves because they are mono waves trying to build the wavelength of 3 itself. So you know that the mono waves will always signal something, because once they finish, you expect a change in direction, a trend change. So this is how you've expected these prices, that okay, around these prices you are changing in direction. You expect the trend to be bearish, maybe for a while, for a little bit, or and then you can continue going up, or it just changes forever, but not really, really forever, because it's really not forever be going down, but just some kind of a time period. It can be a longer time period, it can be a short time period, while we in the bearish trend. So, firstly, this is how you would have expected a price to change direction up in this, because I've told you that once we finish these waves, this is the full cycle, by the way, right now, as it's reached five, price at five. So it becomes a full cycle, and then the full cycle, once it's finished, it changes in direction. So now what is going to happen is, firstly, after, because it is not only about naming and numbering your waves, it is about writing them. This is what I'm trying to emphasize in this video. So this is why I'm going to pull up the screenshots right now and then show you how we've been writing these waves. So let's go to, okay, which ones? Okay, let me just try this one. Okay, this is actually where the trend started. So this is how we expected the trend. This is how we analyzed everything. So as you can see, the prices are 1910 over here, right? So it started at right at this. Oh my God, I cannot mark and write, but it is 1985.00. So if we can get back to the market and actually try to take out 1985, and how we have actually started the price with 19.8. As you can see, it's 19 is 9 is 18 over here actually. So it's 19.85 where we started. So this is 19, right? I don't need to be precise because I just picked a random over here. So when you come back closer to this price, this is 1912, right? So it's 1912 around this kind of a head and shoulder. This is how we first interpreted this. So we can get this thing back again. It's over here. Starts like this. Our price, how we read it. Try so we can remove this right now. So you can see what has been happening. You can see what has been happening. You can see how we've been reading this price. So our analysis was like this. As you can see, we have broken above this over here. Uh, but if you can put this over here, we didn't. So it doesn't matter. But it is something like this that is down there on the screenshots. It was like, okay, if we can break above, and then we need some kind of an EPC. As you can see, everything is just happening as we predicted, and then we say, okay, now we can go bullish after we've done this. So it is the only one correction that we've been waiting for, just to ride the trend continuously higher and higher. So we prioritized on these prices. Oh, it is okay. If you can buy on these prices, we're going to be set for good with this trend. So as we can see, we just needed a little break above. As you can see, I didn't even become precise on actually putting this away, so everything is how I planned. So I was like, okay, you need to go up, and then we need this zigzag pattern, which is an ABC pattern. I told you all about ABC patterns. I told you all about wave two. So I was actually trying to make wave two here. So impulse started over here, and then I was like, okay, 0 1, and then we needed 2, and then we're making 3, go higher and higher and higher and complete continuously. So the first thing was perfectly done, and as you can see, we have this zigzag and ABC pattern. So let's number this as okay. I'm gonna hit the 3, so I can be like, this is where we made our 0, and then we made our first impulse. This is the second impulse. So I'm not gonna put it. Okay, let me just put it because for everyone's sake. So it's an ABC in the opposite direction. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, I'm not gonna remove this button. Maybe I'm gonna change the color to black. Right? Let me change the color to black. Black is beautiful. All that. So let's go and try to understand the actual bullet trend now. So after I've done that, I was so okay to remove this and that, but we're gonna go on with the screenshots. Where okay, and then and then I was like this. Okay. This is 80 minutes time frame. So I removed everything so I can reread the price again, going higher and higher. So let me remove all the drawings and then let me go to 30 minutes time frame, right? Okay, I'm gonna start by going to 1 hour because it's already too much happened in the market. So we're gonna read the 30 minutes thing in a 1 hour time frame. So what is it? So you can see that we are here. So I was so happy to pull out my trend line and just do this, right? I guess this is just like this on the 30 minutes. Is it like this? Because it's touched actually over here. So let's check on the price where it's that 1894, right? 1894 up to 1914. So somewhere 1894 up to 1914. So 1894 is 1894, 1896 over here. So that's it. How did I put this? Oh. It's actually a different one. I think I put it like this. Yeah, I was like this, right? So it was like this, and then I was so ready to buy the market again, as you can see. So go to 30 minutes as well, so we can understand this one down there. So after we made that, okay, it's not gonna be visible because it's not 30 minutes. I set it to only be visible on a time frame that I place it at. So it is now I was like this, okay, now we're going higher and higher. So if I bought around this and then I was like, okay, I can buy again over here and then price up to this level and then maybe we did. I don't remember it much, but maybe maybe we did. I should just show you over here is Telegram. I did share everything actually. If you need to be on our Telegram channel, you can just go to the YouTube page and then find the link over there. So let me go back to an hour and next because this one is making us do a lot of things. But I wanted this video to be short. It's not okay. Okay, this is also 30 minutes. This is where we was going up there and then we fell again. Right. So we're gonna skip it. Okay, this is now 1 hour. So this is another way we read this like every once we had this tool, what we was waiting for because this is 30 minutes that I showed you just now. Then over here we did buy up to this point and then we needed this APC in the opposite direction according to the first analysis, which is this APC. Because once we reached this, according to 30 minutes, it was like this, and then we placed our trend line over here, and then something was like came back, and then it had more momentum to go up there because always it had to come back to reach a certain point. So for it to reach this, it had to come back somewhere over here and then go up. And then once it break above this, and then I was happy for it to I actually, um, went out and just observed the market because this is what we usually do. We observe sometimes. We just observe and observe so everything can play in our favor. We can actually see what is happening clearly. And then we had an APC in the opposite direction, uh, and then we was ready to actually do those bullish entries that we want. We actually been waiting for because we always want to ride the wave three because it is the longest wave in the market, right? So let's get back again and then pull that head and shoulder because there are so many confirmations and so many things that we needed to convince ourselves that okay, this is actually going higher and higher. So here's the head and shoulder, and then I was like this. Okay, let me put this and then like this and then like this and then like this and so I was so ready for this. If it hit these prices, I'm ready to make those first bridge entries, but then you still need to take into consideration some other latest supports been happening in the markets according to the form of maybe order blocks and all that. So this was the latest order block that will take the last red candle in the opposite direction, and then it was like, okay, if we do cross this line as we did, our our last stops was gonna be over here, not actually losses, like our last stops according to the form in the price. So it was just over here, and then okay, let's try to make these entries right now, and then let's go bullish from here, and then you can always put a stop loss below this order block, or maybe if you want, you can even put them below this one, because this is another order block over here. So you can be like, okay, but we also use the Fibonacci to get a really good entries, combining them with some order blocks as well. So we was just looking for 61.8, the golden ratio according to the Fibonacci. So 61.8 is over here. This is 61.8, but then the order block really did drive us lower, because order block started over here in this price. So I'm gonna remove this. And I'm gonna remove the Fibonacci as well. And then we was like, okay, this price actually is the price we are likely to place our bullish entries. So it's 1905, as you can see. And then we was like, okay, let's write this higher now. And then according to the analysis, anyways, this is the only thing that was driving us. We can do anything within this. We can do anything we want. We can, but we just need to respect the mother trend, right? Mother analysis, I can say, uh, because this is just the one that's been guiding us. So after that, we just go to buy over here. We're just so happy to buy, and then okay, I'm gonna remove the head and shoulder right now, and then okay, we had our price, right? So what else? So let's read the price again, going high. So remember, right now, once you have the pullback that you want, the major one, right? Because this was just the major one that we was waiting for. Immediately you restart the count, some new mono waves right now, right? So we just need some new mono waves. So that actual and the termination point is your starting point again. You just never stop. Everything is just fractal, right? It is your first start of a new cycle, right? So I was like this, okay, this is initial point. So this is, I'm gonna count this as zero. I now started to ignore all these parts over here, and then I was like, okay, let me put the vertical line and then a horizontal line to signal the starting point, right, of everything. So I was like, okay, cool, right? If I can restart everything here, and then I'm gonna set this at zero, the origin, right? So this is the origin, zero, and then I'm just so good, right, with this. Now, once you do that, you need an impulse and a correction in opposite direction, and then you need that wave three, a new wave three in the mono wave form in a lower degree, because these ones are just in a higher degree, right? These ones, this is the higher degree ones, right? This is the higher degree ones. But these ones, these ones are in a lower degree. You call them mono waves, right? So let's restart. Let's restart the count. So we're gonna go lower again. We're gonna go lower again. We was like, okay, if we can treat this as the origin, as our starting point, then we just need that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then okay, feel free just to let it go up, right? Because you already in these entries feel expect the price to go up and then come back, even maybe closer to your entry. So do not get scared, do not panic, do not just do anything. You know what is gonna happen, like you know what is gonna happen. So this is the beauty of the waves. You know what is gonna happen, right? You give it a chance to form, you give it a chance, you give it time to do everything that you want to do, and then and then you're just gonna take the advantage of the everything that you've been expecting. So after that, we just need our order block, we just need our Fibonacci, and then if we got some sort of head and shoulders and all those things, we can just put them everywhere. So the order block is not really great over here because so many small candles, so many small candles that have been, as you can see. But here is the last red one. So we're gonna go to the last red one, and then you can do this. As you can see, the last red one is the one that held the price from going lower and lower. But you could also have done something like this, because this is just a support over here, turn to resistance, and then turn to support again. So there's actually some significant things happened over it. So you can also do this, be like this, okay, just how we did how we started the trend. So you would have like, okay, if I have done this and then this happened, and then we break it below, and then we just need, as you can see, there's a bump above over here, and then you need something like an ABC in opposite direction, and then you continuously go. As you can, it just so fractal, it just needs you to be able to read it. So as you can see, it just happened, and APC, if you can even go lower, you can see this APC is just so visible, and everything applies. So if you can, but you cannot go lower because it's gonna take us some time as well. So we're gonna put this Fibonacci again, and then you calculate the 60%. As you can see, 60% is just over here. This is 60%. It just tanked at 60%, a little below 60%, but we just don't need to be that perfect in the market, because you just cannot look for perfection in the market. You just need to be right. And again, I did tell you, if this is the origin, then it's 0, and then 1, 2, and then you just need to make the 3, and then after you make the 3, you need a 4 and then a 5, right? So it is so clean and clear, and then okay, let's remove this because there's gonna be too many lines and all that. So so I was happy to put my trend line like this. So anything that was gonna come near the trend line, I was gonna take it higher. I was gonna take it higher. As you can see, it really did come closer to it, but not did not really touch it. But we do have the Fibonacci. We do have some principles in the Elliott-Wave theory, how it actually guide us on some other turning points, how you would have got this. So we actually target 38.2 or 23% with 4. So starting from 2, and then you go higher to where 3 terminated over here at the top right over here. So you just need the 20% or 38.2. It really did not reach 38.2 that much, but we did, come closer to it. So as I told you, you don't need perfection. You need something that is closer to where you want it to be. Then you're gonna get that edge, and then you're gonna make those bullish entries again. So now we are just riding it higher and higher again, and only it is the waiting from here. You have bought over here, and then you buy over here, and then it's only the waiting, and then you go even higher again, and then when you try to buy this. So 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 right now, right, what I told you is, okay, first you just need to go up there with 5. So what I told you is that once you reach that level 5, you just we always expecting a trend to change in direction. So this is how we expected this trend to change in direction at these prices. So it is not hitting us by surprise that we're having a bearish trend right now, and we can actually even go low and low up to these points, but we can see where we might buy again. But I do have another trend that I really do want to show you, that maybe we're just changing its direction completely right now, and then we're going bearish. So it was going to be wise for you to be in these bearish entries over here, or if you miss this one, you was gonna come back again and then take another ones. Keep going on. Or is actually you just got like 3 opportunities over here, these ones and these ones, this one. So remove all these drawings and then get back to the trend. So we're gonna go back to the daily time frame and then try to read how you would have actually to make this enter. So it is I'm gonna go back to 4 hour time frame and then go lower. I mean squeeze out, zoom out. Um, so you see that if you can have a bearish mentality over here at with all the strength, because as you can see, it's all bearish, man. It's all bearish. Do not go against the trend unless you know what you're doing, unless everything is just presenting itself as well to you. Um, and so if this is the origin, because I mean we can see really this is just the origin. If this is the origin and then you put this like this and then okay this is your zero and then now we're falling. So let's try to read the bearish trend, bearish waves, everything. So first of all, you're just gonna be taking out something that is visible to your eyes as the correction. This is what the correction. It happened over here, and then which one you can say the correction. Do not really pick those minor ones unless you go to a lower time frame where it's gonna be big like this one, right? So it's really that minor part. You know, you can count this in because you will always need the starting point. You will always need a starting point. So after having this drawn, we're gonna remove these ones because these ones are even smaller and smaller. Just remove them, and then you're gonna get back. You're gonna be left with this one. So we can start counting. We don't need to analyze. We don't need to do anything. Already, it's over there, and you just go with the flow, right? So if you're having some first, you know what you want. It's no magic no more. It is nothing that is difficult. You just need an APC and then you mark where the trend changed. It changed over here, so you're gonna come back here and then try to close it like this, and then maybe and then you can just where the cycle ended, put it so it's on the box like this. And then after this box completes, the full cycle of the box completes, you need an APC in the opposite direction, and then you continue with the trend, right? In the higher degree. So right now you're just making three. So you see that gold is is on that verge of actually falling even more. And so this is why you would really prioritize on selling over here once you get rid of all these and bullish entries that you make. Once you take all those profits and then you wanna you wanna sell again. You just need an APC in the opposite direction, and we did, though in terms of the degree it's even smaller, and so I don't like it that way. But we did have, this is why maybe we're gonna have something like this, and then we're gonna come back again. So we're gonna take it even further because even the degrees matters in the markets, and um, it's gonna be something like this, man. It's gonna be something like this. But really, do not be like, okay, I'm gonna wait until I see something because already the corrections are happening, and then you just need to make sure that you take those corrections with you down and down and down because you're gonna continuously read the price, and then you're gonna see something that is acting bullish, and then you're gonna like, okay, we're gonna make this thing that you want from going up to going up actually, and then you continue forward. So it's only about reading the price and all this. So all these trends that you've been reading here, you can now be like, okay, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me just do this. I was just making APC. Though that APC, if you can go low and low, you can actually see it's made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's made of all the APCs that are in the markets and all that. So right now, what you needed to do to just get this price again, if you were aware of these waves, because I was aware. I'm gonna show you the screenshots again, and then I was like, okay, this is going to be the price because we did over here 10, we did again hit this resistance, and then we hit this resistance that time, and then if you can make this, and then remember that you're expecting 50% or 60% if you're on the second wave. So I'm gonna do this, and then this is second wave of the higher degree. So this is two, this is one where five completed, and then this is our origin, which is zero. and all these just became mono waves, just became mono waves, just like that. They just became mono waves where they were trying to make this cycle that I'm placing right now. So, so it is like that. It is like that. So let me show you the screenshot of this. I think I did have it. And then, as you can see, I did put everything on the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I had this APC, and then you buy again. Oh my God! Then you buy, and then you go up. And then it was like this, and then we actually did go up. Oh, here they are. So I was aware actually. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I predicted it on this price, and then I had something like this. I stopped this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I took them out, and then I had a channel that is rising, and then the price was like here. So I expected to go up and then give me those corrections as it did. So let me actually bring this back. So what you need to do now is to expect some correction in the opposite direction of this bearish trend. So it was gonna go bullish, and then you just need this correction, man. You just need this correction again, and then we get another one. So you are good to selling. You are good to selling this. You are good to selling. You are good to selling. Okay, this was one I was still writing. As you can see, I was still writing this. I was still writing this. Bullish. It was still bullish over here, and then we actually got to these prices. Uh, but man, you can see everything is so clean and clear. You just need to understand the price. You just need to read it. You just need to love it and then feel it, man. It's gonna be talking to you. It's gonna be showing you everything. So I think we're done today with gold. So if you are new, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, keep the channel going. We're gonna be sharing as well. We're gonna be showing you how we read the price, how everything actually we think it works. Um, and then we are so happy to share, man. Thank you very much for listening.